filming live from a very ancient site called Carrowmore Megalithic Cemetery, which is in County Sligo in Ireland. This is one of the oldest and one of the largest tomb complexes in the whole of Ireland. Amazing site. There are about 30 megalithic tombs that you can visit, but they know that in the past there were at least 65 of these ancient tombs, although archaeologists suspect the number was even as high as 100 or more. The age of these tombs dates from about 5,000 to 6,500 years old, although some archaeologists suspect that it is actually much older than that. So, like any site that consists of large stones or rocks, it's very hard to date these sites accurately. They have found human remains in all the tombs around here, and they have dated those to around 5,500 years old, but they also know that a lot of those burials happened centuries, if not thousands of years after these stone structures were originally constructed. This is a cairn tomb, so it's a huge mound made of rocks, and then behind me is a passage, so they do call it a passage tomb, and you can see there's the burial chamber there in the center. So I'm going to turn the camera around now and take you for a walk inside. In front of me you can see the beautiful Irish landscape. So walking in now to the passage, through the passageway, you can see that it has been restored, so all the stones here behind wire fences. That was quite controversial. Many people didn't like the fact that it was restored in such an artificial way, but others said it's very important for experiencing what this tomb was initially like. So here's the central burial chamber, large stones with a capstone on top. I'll see if I can show you inside, although there's not too much to see inside the tomb. Okay, it's just a little crack in the rocks here. I'm just going round to the other side of the burial chamber. Going for a little walk around here. So, you can see the capstone is being held up by a pile of rocks there. So, this is the central tomb, and then around this central tomb there are 29 what they call satellite tombs. So the satellite tombs consist of a boulder circle with about 15 meters in diameter, with a central dolmen tomb in the middle. In this main tomb here, they found human remains, human bones, but in all the satellite tombs there were no human bones. It was all cremations. So for some reason this central tomb was treated a lot differently to the other satellite tombs. This was an inhumation and all the others were cremations. They've also found here really interesting artifacts. So a lot of the tombs had pieces of quartz rock, and some of those had holes drilled through the center, so they obviously used them as like a pendant or a piece of jewelry of some kind. They've also found clothespins, like to keep a cloak together or something, made of antler and bone, and other artifacts as well as the human remains. Amazingly, in the 1980s, the council wanted to turn this site into a rubbish dump. About 100 metres from this tomb, they wanted to create a rubbish dump. And 5 of the local residents took them to court and said, no way are you going to turn this ancient megalithic site into a rubbish tip. And the High Court overruled them and said, no, council can go ahead and make this a rubbish tip. And they then contested that and it went to the Supreme High Court, and thankfully the Supreme High Court said not a chance that you're going to turn this site into a rubbish tip. And if those 5 residents hadn't said anything, then this site would be a rubbish tip. And you can't believe it, that this has been here at least 6,500 years, probably a lot longer, and the council wants it to be a dumping ground for junk. Unbelievable. Anyway, I'll walk back out the passage now. So going through the passage, we're about to encounter a big busload of tourists, I think, so I'm going to move quite quickly. Just to see if I can show you some of the surrounding satellites. So I just have to step over a stone here. Okay, so just moving down. So the tombs are over about 1 kilometre squared. That's the area that the tombs are on. Yeah, Dan Hawkins is just commenting, this site has been here 6,500 years and the council wants to turn it into a garbage dump. Absolutely right, you just can't believe it. It's too unbelievable to think it's true. Now, in front of me, I can't actually zoom in on my camera, so it's a bit hard to see. But straight ahead, you can see a row of rocks. That's actually a boulder circle. That's one of the satellite tombs. So there's a small dolmen chamber in the center. And then if I walk around here, just again straight ahead, so there's the mountain behind, and then in front of that you can see a patch of dark grass with some stones. That's another one of the satellite tombs. So all the satellite tombs are orientated around this central cairn. So we don't know who was buried here, but it was obviously someone very important, since this tomb here was treated with much more importance. So more grave goods found in here, no cremation, and at least 60 tombs orientated around this central one. Oh, Tracy's saying she was here 11 years ago and that a lot has been done since then. That's true. So a lot of restoration has been done. Huge amount of damage happened here from quarrying in the 19th century. So yeah, 65 graves or tombs were originally seen, but now you can only see 30 of them because the rest were just flattened from quarrying. Okay, so I think that's it. I would like to show you some of the other satellite tombs. Some of them are really well preserved with the boulder circle and the central dolmen in the center. Fantastically preserved, but it's kind of a little far for me to take you there on a little journey. It's probably about a 10-minute walk from here. So I'll take lots of photos and we'll do an article and put it on Ancient Origins so you can see some of the rest of this amazing site. So thanks for watching, and we'll bring you another ancient site tomorrow from County Sligo. There's plenty of ancient places to see around here. Okay, bye for now.